I remember when I was little, and the dadis used to come to the children's class, and they would ask the children, "How are you doing?" The first two words that they would band was "fine" and "good," and they will ask us to tell other words, and then the one who's translating to them in Hindi would do the translation. But "fine" and "good," they said, is too common. You are Baba's children, you cannot be just fine, you cannot be just good. It should be more than that. You cannot be just ordinary, you're more than that. So these are some of the, memories that we carry from the seniors. And looking back how they lived their life with Baba. Definitely everything was Shiv Baba, but Brahma Baba also played a very huge role in shaping them, in influencing them through the discipline and the lifestyle. But all of these lifestyle was designed by Shiv Baba. All this knowledge was given by Shiv Baba. Instructions, disciplines were given by Shiv Baba. But somebody has to follow it. Somebody has to show that this is the way we need to do it. And somebody has to encourage others that let's do it together. Brahma Baba was that. He was the living example. He was a big source of inspiration and encouragement to everyone. That's why Shiv Baba always gave a lot of regard to Brahma Baba. And Brahma Baba is definitely not regarded as a guru, but as a father, absolutely a father figure, who people who have seen him feel that fatherly compassion, fatherly comfort, and even as people who even connect, souls like us who connect to him subtly can also feel the same compassion. And so in this Murli, I just didn't feel a board was required. So I'm just sitting and sharing because one word that really felt very, very strong for me deep inside is that remembrance should never be an effort, but remembrance is actually love. And love should never be an effort. That is the strong feeling from the heart that I was feeling. And it's as a human mind, especially because we have, been exposed to so much science and technology and just so many information in our lifetime, that we have learned, we have taught our intellect to compartmentalize. For this we need to do this, for this is the point, for this is the answer, for this is what it is. Like if you see in today's Murli, in the blessing, Baba says if somebody insults you, what you should do. If you're having conflict with somebody, sanskara, what you should do. So it's like for this action, this solution, this action, this solution. Baba gives a very clear instruction or clear-cut solution. But then we hold on just to the knowledge. We just hold on to the solution and we're telling ourselves, okay, now this is what I have to do. Now this is what I have to do. But when the time actually comes, when I'm facing the situation, I'm not able to do it. And the reason is I have learned to accumulate and to even memorize or know all these solutions by heart. But my heart is not ready. My heart is not ready to do it, even though I know the answer. And that's what is most painful, is knowing all the answers, but still not able to do is very painful. And that is what Baba gave in today's Murli. Baba says, it's like falling down from the 5th floor where your bones are broken. That's what it feels for the soul, is knowing everything, but just not able to do. Heart is not ready. Or the mind is not ready, maybe. Either the mind or the heart is not ready to do it. And the reason why, Baba, um, in every Murli you take, you can break down or you can summarize the entire Murli to one concept: Baba, love. Right? Remembrance is actually just love, and to encourage that remembrance, to encourage that love, that relationship is what Baba is giving all these solutions or all these answers. But Baba says sometimes, like I will tell you the origin of this Murli. What was the history behind this Avyakt Murli that Baba spoke? The date was 20th of February 1988. Actually, there is a history behind this Murli. In 1986, many of you probably would have heard the huge project that the Brahma Kumaris have done, the Million Minutes of Peace. And in fact, here in 1986, we did it here in the Hollywood Bowl. It was a huge event, it was a huge project. In fact, Baba's centers in more than 60 countries, they organize these events in their own countries. And this Million Minutes of Peace was a project that actually the idea Baba also gave. You know, in 1980s, there was this financial crisis in the US. And what happened in this crisis where the banks were failing, interest rate was increasing, and then the housing mortgage, so they were losing a lot of money because of mishandling of money. So people were losing trust in the bank. People were there was inflation rate, lifestyle rate, cost of living became very expensive, and that continued from I was looking like how many years that continued. That was from 1986 to 1995. And so what Baba said, you know, people have lost trust in the bank. So Baba said, create World Peace Bank. So in this idea, what this World Peace Bank was, Baba gave the, you know, the idea for this project where everyone, so every center in their respective countries, what they do is they reach out to the community, to interfaith leaders, to different associations, different religion, that every individual, each individual, that they contribute in terms of minutes, that they can contribute, whether they can meditate on peace, or they can do some prayers on peace, or they do some campaign or some talk on peace. But everyone should contribute however number of minutes they can towards world peace. So it was like a joint venture. The whole world was joining in. And every country, they collected the the minutes, and then they sent to Madhuban. And the goal was that that at least it was actually done in 1986 from September to October. So the goal was to collect 1 million minutes, 1 million minutes of peace from the whole world, and then send this report to UN. But the project was, you know, it exceeded the expectation that they were able to collect. I was looking at our data. They were able to collect more than 1,232,000 plus number of minutes, and not just from a few countries, but more than 60 countries actually was involved. And then they sent the report to UN, and UN was they were very pleased with the data. And that was the year then in 87 they UN actually presented 7 international awards to Brahma Kumaris, And one of the award was Peace Messenger Award to Brahma Kumari. So that was like a stepping stone for Baba's organization to be acknowledged by a bigger entity, which is UN. And then many other organizations came to know about Brahma Kumaris. And then in 88, actually not in 88, in 87, the Secretary General of UN, uh, I think it was a she, I'm not sure, but the Secretary General of UN went to Madhuban, met the Dadis, and then they requested for a what do you call a follow-up program for the Million Minutes of Peace. And you know, Dadis, they will not say no, and they agreed, yes, they will do. But you see, the whole Million Minutes of Peace project took a lot of time and effort from many souls, from Baba's children, you know, sleepless nights, and just they have to be awake, be so just it took a lot from them. And then, you know, the project ended. So now to start another international huge project was something that, you know, a lot of the souls that time, they were thinking, oh, we just finished one, you know, we need a break. uh, and now another big project that the dadis were saying. So then Dadi Gulzar went to Baba and asked, okay, Baba, what we should do? This is the offer, this is the invitation from you. And um, Baba said, okay, do this project, which they named it as the Global Cooperation for a Better World. And this was initiated in they made the whole planning, and then they worked with different centers and different countries, and how to do this project in each country, in each by different centers, different regions. And then finally the project was launched in 1988. And this project initially, about 88 countries participated. 88 countries did this event in their countries. And then it became a big hit that more than 120 countries then participated in this project. So it became a huge project actually. So then you see this Murli Baba was saying, because of, you know, a lot of service that they had to do, a lot of preparation. So they were not sleeping. They were not having good sleep. They would go to sleep late nights, and then they wouldn't be able to wake up for Amrit Vela. And then they would sometimes have missing Murli. So Baba was just saying how much, yes, service is important, but service should be done in a time, according to a timetable. Baba was telling about the balance. Remembrance and service should definitely have a balance. It's not that I let go of service because it's taking too much, because it is an important service. But to do that service, Baba is saying that remembrance should also be given first priority, because it is through remembrance that two things I receive. One is power, and two, remembrance. Baba says that through remembrance, the soul, Baba says, the intellect becomes very refreshed. And so that's the history of why Baba spoke about this, you know, being tireless in this Avyakt Murli, and also the Avyakt Murli before this Murli, Baba spoke about Maya. So Baba says in that also, Baba said Maya is a game, and in this Baba says service is also a game. Never think that service is where, you know, uh, that I have to deal with Maya, that it's a when Maya comes and interferes. But Baba says, see it as a game. Now, what does seeing it as a game means? It's not like say, example, when we are in a conflict. Now, I can't see that as a game in terms of it's not pleasure, it's not entertaining, it's not something I'm comfortable. That's not the idea what a game is. But in a game, when we are playing a game, we cannot be reckless. We cannot be careless. We have to be very observant. You have to be very attentive. And then proceed with your every move. You have to be attentive what move to take. Like if you are in a tennis, you need to know where to stand, where to hit the ball. If you are in a football, you also need to aim. Okay, from here, if I kick the ball, will it hit the, will it go into the goal? So everything is sort of, we need to have a good discriminating power. And for that, I have to observe carefully. So that's like the idea of a game, is being detached of what is happening, and detached in terms of the emotions that is in play at that time, people's emotions that is being very extreme, detached from the words that they're using, detached from the sound that they're making. Some people have, they don't speak loud, but they show from their body language that they're upset or that they're angry, moody. So these are all, be detached from emotions, then decide, okay, what is it I need to do now? And then play. Play means act it. So Baba says service is also like that, but Baba says because of conflicts, we cannot escape service. Service is needed. Service is what keeping us together. If not, we all can sit in separate places and remember Baba. Why do we need to come together? Why do we need to have a family? Because service, it brings us together as a family. And Baba also says, you need a family. Even though I am in a solo journey and I'm accountable only to Baba, but I need family to live together. And so Baba says, you cannot let go of family, but I can let go of fear. Like very simple example is, we probably have this fear of conflict. When the word conflict comes, we think, oh, we feel a little hesitation. Oh, I don't want conflict. I don't like conflict. I hope no conflict happens to me in my life. But we know that's not possible. We know conflict is something, of course, we don't consciously create, but it's not something that I escape from. But then, that's the idea. Baba says, conflict may happen, will happen, but it doesn't have to become very sour. It doesn't have to prolong. For that, remembrance is needed. It doesn't have to turn violent. It doesn't have to turn bitter. It doesn't have to go on and on and on for days and weeks and years. I can face it. Let it go. And then maybe a next one is waiting. Okay, that also will come. Done. Go on. Done. Go on. For that, Baba is telling remembrance. Right? And then Baba is also talking, there is actually 4 ideas that Baba has given how to finish tiredness. The first idea, and if you see all these answers that Baba has given, it is for the soul, in terms of thoughts. It has nothing to do physically, but everything is an internal thought process. It's work on the thoughts. The first step Baba says is, Baba is Karavanhar. Karavanhar means Baba is the one who is inspiring. Baba is the one who is doing, but now Baba is doing it through me. He needs a physical instrument, and that is me. And so Baba says this bhavna, or this awareness or consciousness of being an instrument, that whatever Baba needs to do, whatever has to be done, if Baba chooses me to be the instrument, then so be it. But I know deep inside that Baba is doing it through me. Baba says, in this way, Baba will be able to touch the intellect. Baba will be able to tell me exactly at that moment what to do, what step to take, what to speak, how to handle, where to go, who to approach, how to ask. Every detail, Baba will touch me. And this has been experience for many, many, many souls. Of course, personally also, I do have that experience in my life. But every one of you also, whether you realize it or not, Baba has been helping all of us in the background, even in bhakti, even in devotion. At that time, we didn't know Baba, but still help came. Do you agree? You went to temple, whatever pujas, or you went to church, or you went to mosque, whatever the beliefs that you did or the prayers that you did, somehow you received help. Did any of you experience that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
At that time, we don't know what's the face of God is. We don't know God, but we believe there was something is there, some power is there, and so we did it. See, even then, Baba helped me. Now, after I know Baba, don't you think Baba will be also still helping me? When I did not know Baba, Baba helped me. Now I belong to Baba. I have a right on Baba. Don't you think Baba would still do even more? Yeah. It's love. It's the faith. Of course, everything, it's not like, okay, I have to sit for an exam, Baba, you sit and write the exam. We are not talking about that. We are not saying that Baba is going to come down and sit the exam for us. But what is the help I will get from Baba? Baba will make my mind calm. Then whatever I studied, I'll remember. When I am stressed, tensed, even the answers I know, I will go blank. Yeah. Baba, the help that Baba gives me is the ability for me to have clarity and the ability for me to know what to do, to take the right decisions in life. So Baba empowers the soul, but definitely actions I have to do. But the answers Baba will give. You know, that is why Baba says, if my connection with Baba is clear, I will pick up. You know, we say sometimes conscience, you know, sometimes we say, my conscience is telling me this. Deep inside, I don't feel I want to do this. Or deep inside, I feel I should do this. Conscience, you know, because the soul, whether knowingly or unknowingly, the soul is definitely connected with God. And so the soul also knows answers within, because you know our original nature is also very much divine, like Baba. Not Baba himself, not we are not Shiv Baba, but we are godly like. So a lot of our nature is definitely quite similar. And so that is why it pinches me when I go against my religion, which is the religion of the soul, which is peace and purity. So that is first. Baba says, to feel Baba is doing through me. And so let me not have that arrogance that I became responsible for the success of this. I did this. It was my effort. It was my smartness or intelligence. I made the right decision. It was my idea. No. Baba says, I did it through you. I have to realize that. Acha, that is first step. Second, Baba says that, so this is the idea of a game. Baba says service is also a game. And so Baba said that service is not just about when I am giving knowledge to somebody, but even day-to-day life, living with family, doing mundane routine, cooking, cleaning, going to work. You know, these are all our everyday activities that we are doing. Baba says, if you see that as a duty, if you see that, oh, it's a choice, a mundane thing, there is no feeling inside, we'll become like robot. And then after that, we'll get very frustrated. Oh, every day, same thing. We can't even imagine same food every day. And here we are, definitely some activities that we do, like cleaning, cooking, these are definitely every day. But Baba says that even despite doing something that is quite same every day, Baba says you may not be able to say not do it every day, but the thinking can be creative. The mind can be creative every moment. Then, whatever the mind is feeling at that time, even though the hand is doing the same task, but the mind is occupied with something creative and fun. Mm. And so that is why Baba says if you see it as a game, and Baba, another thing Baba says that it is already accomplished. Yeah. Baba says that whatever that I'm thinking that I'm going to do, or thinking that I have to do. In reality, in terms of the cycle, yes, I've already done it before, but right this moment, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did before, but I know I've done this before. So the sanskara is in me, answers are in me, but when I am disturbed, I can't find the answer. And so I feel as if I'm facing this challenge for the first time. But in reality, in terms of the cycle, it's really not the first time. We have met many similar problems in many births. This is not the first challenge that we are facing. Similar challenges we've met many, many, many births. What did I do then? Even in terms of the whole cycle, what did I do then? How did I face it then? Baba will touch you. And then when you do it, you will get the exact success that is meant to be. But if I go via, I break my head, I try this doesn't work, I try this, that doesn't work. Sometimes it could work, but that's probably after getting so tired and frustrated. Baba says it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary suffering for the soul, actually, when there is a shortcut. Acha, then the third aspect, Baba says that, Baba was saying that when the intellect is not fresh, irritation happens, right? When we don't have enough sleep, but we still have a lot of things to do, what happens? Anyone have a experience in that? You have to wake up and still do a lot of things, but you've never slept, or you hardly had a good sleep. What does it feel?
It's very challenging and frustrating.
That time we become like monsters. Touch me not. Don't come near me. I will bite you if you come near me. Or just listen to what I'm saying. Don't ask too many questions. Don't disobey me. Just do it. And so Baba says it's like because the body also needs rest. The soul definitely needs rest, but the body also needs rest. The body needs to replenish. And so Baba says that need to have the balance. Service, yes, it's important, but Baba says keep a timetable. See what is necessary to do now, do it. What can wait for tomorrow, let it wait. So what I do now, I do, and then I also have spent my time with Baba in remembrance, and then do whatever that's needed for the body. So there's three things is happening. One, I'm remembering Baba for my well-being, for the soul. I'm doing service for the other's well-being. I take care of this body for the body's well-being. Three things has to be in balance every day. It cannot be one is more and the other two is less. Two is more and one is missing or lacking. Three things are needed: yoga, service, and also taking care of the need of the body, eating well, sleeping well, exercising, movement, all of these are included. So that is why Baba says, for the intellect to be fresh, all these are necessary. That is why Baba is saying, timetable, priority. And for that, Baba, in terms of the spiritual timetable, Baba is talking about Amrit Vela, such an important time. It's such an important downloading time from Baba, downloading powers from Baba, especially. And so Baba says, do not compromise that for service. And then that is when this hourly, Baba's talking about 1 minute in every hour. In fact, this traffic control also, when it started, Dadi Prakashmani actually, she was the administrative head of this organization and she left body in 2007. So Dadi actually started this idea of traffic control in Madhuban in 1977. So at that time, it was like every 2 hours, like the main traffic control timing was starts at 3:30 in the morning, and then after that at 5:45 in the morning, and then at 7 a.m., and then at 10:30 a.m., 12 p.m. Then after that, in the afternoon, people take rest. So they go to sleep. Of course, at that time, you don't meditate, or you have to wash your clothes, or some people will have to finish some other work. Then after that, again, it starts at 5:30 p.m., and then 7:30 p.m., and then at 9:30 p.m. So in every like the 2 hours interval. So what happened is in this 2 hours interval, a song is played. And the song was also fixed, and the song is about 3-4 minutes long. And so each of these minutes, a song is played and it became fixed. So every center followed the same protocol, followed the same traffic control system. They would play according to their time zone in their country. And then what happened was then they asked that is this protocol applied only in Madhuban or only centers in India? And then Dadi says, of course not. It applies for everyone, every of Baba's children in different centers. So then it was introduced to all the foreign countries, all the foreign centers. Then they also started following this system, traffic control system. And then a few years later, Dadi Janki, she was based in London. So then Dadi Janki, what she did was that, as time progressed, time way before, maybe some of you are already in older bodies. When you were young, the world was still pure to some degree, right? People's mentality, there was still some good amount of concentration power in people's mind. But then after that, as time passed, as more and more souls started coming into this world, what happened is even that concentration power has reduced. There is a lot of expansion in technology, a lot of expansion in science, a lot of distractions are very readily available. So then Dadi Janki, what she did was she introduced in literally every hour, a minute in every hour. And so then it started on that from 7 a.m., of course, 7 a.m. is the main traffic control, then 8 a.m. onwards in every hour, a minute. Pause for a minute. It's actually a project called, I think it's Just a Minute. Just a Minute. Started in London, where in every, so they even created an app called Just a Minute, where you actually it was a website that they created where you go to Google and you click Brahma Kumari's Just a Minute, and then there is a option there where you can click, say if you just want music in every minute, just 1 minute music, or if you want like a very light commentary for a minute, so you can choose and it will pop up in every minute. So and then after that much later they created apps for the phone, and like this B Zone app, for I think it's, yeah, for sure it's definitely for Apple, but I'm not sure if it's for Samsung or it's other phones. But the idea was that in every minute, bringing the mind to a standstill, bringing the mind to, just everywhere the mind has been going in that 59 minutes, for that 1 minute, bring to a closure. Come back to yourself. Be still. Check what's happening in the mind. Check what you are feeling. Become more aware. And then after that, the next hour, again, continue doing whatever you have to do. And then again, in that minute, bring back to a closure. So it was a training for the mind to expand when it's necessary, when attention is needed, and then training it to come back when it's not needed. So expand, come back to essence. Expand, come back to essence. That was the idea of this traffic control. And Baba is also mentioning about this idea of traffic control, 1 minute. Because if we see, we may think in 1 minute, what can we achieve? It takes such a long time to pause the mind. And before we even realize, the 1 minute is over. But if, let's say, the first 1 minute, it is hard for me to pause quickly. Maybe it takes me like 5 minutes to pause. But if I keep trying in every hour, I keep trying, okay, now let me pause. And I'm not sort of escaping, say, oh, I don't think I can do, or let me finish this task first, then I can do my 1 minute break. No. If I take the discipline for that 1 minute, I let me actually, whether I can do it or not, I will try. I will try. So eventually, what you will do is that what happened is, let's say the first 1 minutes probably took me a long time to pause. The sixth minute, the time reduces of how long it would take for me to pause. The seventh minute, it will reduce more. The eighth minute, it will reduce more. Maybe the 10th minute, I probably now within 2 minutes I can gather myself. And in the 11th minute or the 12th minute, you see, okay, now I can quickly bring in, because it's definitely a practice, a training. Again and again, you're giving the mind a training. So then the 15th minute, you see, oh, now I get it. Or maybe it probably can take 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, doesn't matter. Every minute you try, the more you try in every coming minute, the lesser and lesser time it will take me to pause. That's the practice what Baba is saying. Baba, of course, don't expect us to just succeed in that 1 minute. But Baba says start. And then the first minute, and then after that, the first minute when I'm able to do it, it's going to add up. This is like a bank actually. Every minute that I'm pausing is like a bank. I'm accumulating that ability. I pause a little bit now. I'm accumulating a little ability. Second minute I pause, another more. Third minute I pause a little more. I pause and pause. It's like a bank that I'm adding, a bank of silence, bank of peace, bank of stillness, adding, 1% adding, 2% adding. And then you will see after a while, to pause becomes so easy. No matter how big, even if you're in a meeting, even if something big is happening around you, becomes easy. Okay, so this is the idea of what Baba is talking about. Traffic control, the meaning of 1 minute. And then after that, Baba is talking about unbroken link for meditation. So unbroken link. So what Baba means by this is that every meditation that we're doing throughout the day is actually very interconnected with each other. My morning Amrit Vela that I start with, Okay, it is creating a base, a foundation for me. And then the next time in the day, when I do my meditation again, the power that I built during Amrit Vela, okay, that I'll use a little bit at that time, the next time when I'm doing my meditation. And then the more and more I'm using, the more and more, and even throughout the day, if you see that sometimes we may feel I started my day well. I started with a lot of positivity. I read Murli. I felt good. I started my day well. And then as my day continued, I had to face struggles. I had to face people's characters and behaviors. So then I feel like as if my spirit is dropping. I feel like my energy is dropping, is dropping, is dropping, is dropping. Why? Is because that Amrit Vela, I did not sustain it with another minute. In like traffic control, it's like sustaining that energy flow in the soul, right? So when Baba talks about link, Baba says that there is another secret also. To have a good Amrit Vela the next day, it depends on the quality of my today. Have any of you realized that? Have any of you ever felt that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, but
What
I
is
didn't know the reason.
Today creates my tomorrow, always.
Yeah,
yes?
when you don't get enough sleep.
So that is the one is sleep, but I'm talking in terms of too much accumulation, too much pressure in the mind, right? I'm talking about the quality of my day today. What thoughts I have created, what I emotions I have experienced, whatever I have experienced today, right? That is why Baba is saying we don't know what we are going to experience today. For sure, we don't know. But this is where Baba is saying you don't know what you're going to face today. You don't know what's waiting. But you can definitely guarantee one thing that I have in my hand is how I'm going to keep my emotions on my stage today, no matter what I have to face or what is waiting for me. And so Baba says that however has been my day today, what matters the most is how I'm ending my day, the chart, or or just presenting all my feelings, every little thing that I have experienced or I've created, just sharing everything to Baba, putting it forward to Baba. It's like an account. Very important is how I'm ending my day. And when I do this, the mind actually becomes lighter. The mind, as much intense the stress and pressure was during the day, or even when after coming from work, or the pressure is built to the extreme, but at night before I go to bed, do I submit all these feelings to Baba? And then when I do, the mind is lighter. Then I go to bed, I feel fresh. The next morning, the sleep will be better. But if I don't end my day well, if I bring all my feelings to bed, sleep is impossible. Or even if there is sleep, it's a very disturbed sleep. We all know sleep has 4 stages. We call the REM, rapid eye movement, has 4 stages. Now, people who carry a lot of baggages, they don't complete the cycle. It takes 2 hours to complete one cycle, to go through stage 1 to stage 4 and then go back to stage 1. But for those who are very disturbed, they don't even go up to stage 4. They are hanging between stage 1 and 2. So for them, it feels like they have never slept, because the brain is also not at rest. So then Baba says Amrit Vala is very tiring, very sleepy. And then I can even start my day with grumpiness. And then again, that whole tone of the mood continues for the day. So this is why Baba is actually telling that when Baba talks about unbroken link, it means that every meditation that I am doing influences the quality of my meditation the next minute. And then this minute will influence the next minute and the next minute and the next minute. If I miss this now, then how will my next minute will be? If I miss my Amrit Velan today, how will my next hour will be? Next hour. Everything builds up actually. Everything builds up in the soul, which is why Baba wants us to be aware of what is happening and how can I help build up a good stage within me. Like we said, we cannot control, we don't know what is going to happen in our day, but we can end the day well with Baba. That is in my control. Okay. And then after that, Baba said, so here Baba says that even 1 second of powerful remembrance makes your body and your mind to feel very fresh. Okay? Come to Baba's world. Whatever thought you have will be accomplished. I really like the idea. Baba says, Baba will massage your head in an alokik way. Okay? Baba will massage, not like a physical massage, but Baba's energy, the energy that flows from Baba is, feeling is like massage. The feelings is like comforting. Physically when we massage the head is to basically to allow the blood circulation to flow well. Because of, blood can actually get stuck also because of many reasons. And oftentimes it's due to stress. And for the soul, what is really getting stuck is feelings. So when Baba is massaging the soul, physically also many people have experienced, maybe some of you even have experienced where after sitting in meditation and you feel like your headache is gone, your pain is gone, and it feels like as if that everything is fine and you're able to do anything. Or some of you could even feel this physical level of massage. But then in terms of for the soul, you feel like your feelings have become lighter and you feel like you're at ease now. You feel everything is fine, everything is okay. So these are two, we can say, benefits of connection with Baba. Physically also the body feels light, and spiritually also the soul feels light. And then after that, Baba says, service is also the nourishment for this life. Service means life. Life means service. Acha, does anyone have any questions? Oftentimes I go on and then after that when the question comes, it gets extended. The time goes a little extra. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question, sister. From the beginning of the class, I don't know whether I heard it correctly. Did you say we don't need to make too much effort, or that? Because there are times I heard Baba say, at times I heard Baba say, you don't need that much effort, but at times he also say, well, you need a lot. You need to do effort.
Okay, so let's give the analogy what effort is. Effort is something that we put a lot of labor. We put a lot of hard work. There is definition. One is hard work. One is easy work, right? One is hard work and one is smart work, actually. There's two type of work. One is hard work, one is smart work. And so hard work, like effort, it means there is a lot of labor. And sometimes it can create a lot of pressure. And so, like, a lot of times, I think a lot of us, we may feel as if we don't have enough yoga, right? You can feel as if we don't have enough yoga.
Yes.
But actually, it is not that we don't have enough yoga, but probably we are not doing it in the right way. Yeah. So when we are doing something in a hard way, it takes a lot of time and pressure. When I do something in the right way, it doesn't take that much time. It doesn't take that much pressure. That is smart work. And so what I was sharing that from my experience, what I have experienced is that when I understand Baba, when I understand drama, when I understand the implications that I wouldn't say implications, I would say another word is attainments, benefits that I have experienced in my life because of Baba, then that feeling of appreciation grows. That feeling of love grows. Appreciation turns into love. And when you appreciate someone deeply, when you love someone deeply, they sit in you, in your mind. They sit in your mind without you having to work hard for it. So that is why it's not about us not having enough yoga, but it is about us learning the right way to do it. That's one question. What does it mean in today's Murli about effort? You wish to follow Mama and Baba and become the Sun Dynasty Emperor and Empress. There is no question of difficulty or expense. You don't even need to say anything, just stay in remembrance. This is called easy yoga. Acha. So it requires a lot of effort. So what Baba is saying in terms of effort, meaning it requires a lot of consistency. It requires a lot of, to understand something. Sometimes it takes time, right? To understand someone, it takes time, but it also takes consistency, right? And so if I don't do something consistently, the next time when I try to do, it becomes like a labor. Labor comes when the mind is at work, but doing something smart means when the heart is at work. That is the difference of intellectual work, and another one is work through feelings. So, just understanding the perspective of what effort Baba is saying, like Amrit Vela, these are certain disciplines what Baba has given us. And what is the reason why Baba has to give us certain disciplines? Amrit Vela, Murli, traffic control, chart. Why Baba has to give us all these disciplines? What is the reason? The reason is the more I do this, the more I am in interaction with Baba. In Amrit Vela, who am I remembering? In Murli, who am I listening to? Who am I thinking about? In traffic control, who am I thinking about? Again and again, I am exposed to Baba. Again and again, I'm spending time with Baba. The more I spend time, the more I get to know, the more I get to experience. The more I get to experience, the more and more the relationship of two souls become closer and closer and closer. And the moment the relationship gets closer, that's it. They stay with you forever in your heart. So the effort is consistency. The effort is getting to know something, getting to understand, investing the time. But then it is not always that remembrance has to have effort. there should come a point of time where remembrance will also become easy and as simple as like some Murli Baba would say, like you're pulling your hair, pulling a hair out of butter. It is as easy as that. Baba says, when the two souls are connected very intimately, then for that soul, the word remembrance no longer exists. It is just two lives connected. They don't have to sit.
So is this not the same message which Krishna gives in the Bhagavad Gita? So I'm just wondering, when Baba makes reference to these, is it basically the same message which had been expounded in the
Very same analogy, yes.
yeah,
What
so,
it's the same analogy.
because like Krishna says to Arjuna, these people are already slain. By me, thou be instrument. Similarly, when you talk about smartly. So what I'm basically asking you, for those people, say, in their mental attitude, Baba is being replaced by Krishna, that would be fine. Is that correct?
Power will be replaced by Krishna, meaning?
Baba and Krishna become equivalent.
Sorry, power and Krishna?
Yeah, Baba or Krishna, whosoever you believe in.
Whomever that you closely associate yourself with, right? Baba will give experiences through anyone that we closely associate with, whether you call Allah or God, whoever, right? But the idea is consistency,
Right.
and the idea is the deep love.
Right.
And don't worry how everything will work, Baba. That's something Baba to worry. What visions or what touchings Baba will give, that's something for Baba to worry. For me, I've given my life to Baba. Baba, I put my full entire trust. I entrust myself to you, Baba. Now you show me. You tell me what I need to do. And so that feeling. This is where when two souls are very much tied with each other in their lives. That is why, personally, for me, my practice is Baba is not a practice, but Baba is life. This is what I hold very close to my heart. That and I feel, I experience Baba every moment, because Baba is not a practice for me, but Baba is life, is part of my life. So when you feel that, when it's like we always say company rub off with each other, right? Who we have company, they rub off on us. We get very influenced by them. And so when you're influenced by Baba at every moment, forget about conflict, or forget about, that's why I say, when I read the Murli has so many information solution, but I don't focus anymore all of these. I don't focus in compartmentalizing. This happened, this have to do, this happened, this have to do, this happened, I don't focus so much on that, because I know that I'm safe, my mind is safe, my consciousness is safe with Baba. Baba will guide me. I don't have to pre-plan anything. When it comes, I know I will do it. When it comes, I know I will know what to do it. I know what to do because Baba's there. And so when you come to that awareness, then we no longer need to pre-plan too many things. If this happened, that happened, conflict, this. Baba is there. That's it. Baba's guiding. That's it. Okay. Think taken time. So Om Shanti, everyone. Enjoy Baba's Murli. Enjoy Baba's company. You will experience many wonders. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Vino Ben. Om Shanti.
Oh.
Shanti.